Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of QuickSchopes. Today we have the Pale Ivory Denim Dunks, and that's in light Orewood brown, Pale Ivory. Let me take this opportunity to ask you to like, leave your thoughts, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Yeah, purchase links for these in the description, as well as all other colors. Stay tuned for the on foot. So yeah, let's start from the soles up. So we have a light brown outsole, we have a pale ivory midsole stitch, and then we come to this upper. So this upper is composed of two tones of denim. We have that pale ivory and a slightly darker tone, which we'll see later. And this has a contrast stitch of that light Orewood brown, and we also have university red stitching as well. If we take a look around the toe, you'll see that we have that pale ivory denim around the toe and on the toe box, and also we have a nice little cross stitch in red. Very, very interesting. Going up the shoe, you'll see again we have that pale ivory on the eye stay, and we have tonal eyelets which are stitched in. Very, very nice. And then at the top you'll see that we have some university red eyelets which are also embroidered. Taking a look at the laces, you'll see that the laces are slightly darker than that pale ivory, but they are to the thickness that I like, and they conceal a pale ivory denim tongue. And at the top of this tongue you'll see that we have the Nike in university red on a pale ivory tongue tab. If we take a look at the mid portion, you'll see that panel is slightly different, very, very slightly different to the rest of the shoe. It's denim, but the color itself is similar to the outsole. Take a closer look. Very, very interesting. And then the swoosh returns to normal, similar to the rest of the shoe, the eye stay and the toe box, in that pale ivory with that brown stitching. The foxing, as you can see, the collar is similar to the mid panel, being that slightly darker than pale ivory, whereas the fox in itself is similar to the swoosh, where it is actually that pale ivory. Both again in that denim. And then as we come to the heel of the shoe, you'll see that we have a pale denim panel with that red little cross stitching again, identical to the toe box. If we take a look inside the shoe, you'll see that we have a pale ivory sock liner, and that is the same color as the insole with university red for the Nike. Let me know what you think of this pair. For me, I'm not too wild over this one. The color, the upper color is pretty nice, but there's some issues that I have with it. I think the mid panel throws me off. It's just the shade of the mid panel. It's not the same as the rest of the shoe, and I don't know why. Maybe if it was similar, if they put that color similar to the toe box, it would work. But I can just see it off a mile off that it's just not quite the right shade, and it just doesn't seem right. As I said, if it was on the toe box, that kind of blocking maybe would have worked, but I'm just not happy with this one. For the rest of the shoe, I love the color. I think the color is pretty decent, but that stitching, dark brown stitching, and then red stitching as well. What's going on here? I'm not sure about all of that. It's either one or the other for me. Either have it all red or all brown. When you come to dye this shoe or do something else with it, I think it makes it a little bit more restricted. I don't know, I'm just not 100% sure with this one. I'd like to see some customs or something like that, see how it goes, but I think the stitching as well is just all over the place. Maybe it's my pair, or maybe it's just me not really feeling the shoes, but the stitching just looks like a mess. And especially in that brown, I don't know. I think a tonal stitch would have worked well. And these details are pretty nice as well. Like, these details are pretty cool, but with brown stitching, nah, I'm not wild over that. When it comes to the laces, you do get these slightly darker than light pearl or whatever the color is laces. I'm not wild over them. They do match the outsole, but I would have preferred maybe a red lace or something that just goes well with the upper. Would a brown lace go? Maybe a little bit too much, but it is what it is. I think you'd have to dig in your lace box for a pair of laces for these. You do not get any extra laces, however. With all that being said, I feel a little bit disappointed with this one, and that's why I give these a 6 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Have I been too harsh? What do you think of this pair? Remember, purchase links for these and the other color, the industrial blue pair, in the description. How do they compare to this pair? Do you prefer the pearl or the industrial blue? Thank you everybody for watching, subscribing, sharing your thoughts. It is always appreciated. Stay tuned for the On Foot. I've been Schopes, signing out. See ya!